Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something extra special for y'all, man. I got Nina Boy back on the platform. Nina Boy, what's up?
What's happening? What's happening? What's up with it, bro?
Man, it's a lot going on in this West Coast YouTube streets, man. I had to bring it back quick because I wanted to get to the nitty gritty of all these things that's going down.
Let's get it, man. Out the gate. We ain't gonna say off the back, but off the gate, man. Let's get it popping.
Okay. Yeah, we gonna definitely get to it. So, obviously, there's been a back and forth that was going on between you and Spider Loc. And it looks like Spider Loc extended his hand and wanted to apologize. But, man, I want to get to the nitty gritty, man. I want to talk about everything line for line so everybody gets an understanding about exactly what went down between you and Spider Loc. So, first off, how did the beef between you and Spider Loc online start?
Man, to keep it Fendi with you, we had a homeboy by the name of Snoopy Blue who passed away. And, I decided to speak on the good memories I had of him because he passed. Because once somebody died, homie, I'm not going to be talking about what you did with the law and all that because I knew you before that. You know what I'm saying? I knew your family and all this crazy, get on with who he was before that. But, I felt like because I told that, rest in peace, Snoopy Blue, I guess he marked me as an enemy. He decided that the fact that I acknowledged somebody we was both cool with, both friends with, was an enemy, and he turned on the because I told the world, rest in peace, Snoopy Blue. That's how I started.
That's wild, man, because, to be honest, the first time I think I ever saw Snoopy Blue was on a mixtape that Spider Loc dropped back when he was with JHood and beefing with the game. So it's weird how this situation plays out because let's talk about some of the rumors that are out there. There's been allegations that with Snoopy Blue's passing, Spider Loc might have had some sort of things to do with it, man. Now, have you heard any of those rumors, or do you think any of that is fueling why he was angry about what you said?
Well, nah, I definitely believe he had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I think he told the internet that. You smell it when I'm saying, like, I was in Las Vegas. There's no way I could even confirm if he did, if he didn't. But I know that he's not stupid enough to put himself in that situation. Norvell got grandkids. I don't think he'd do nothing stupid like that. You might have disliked this Snoopy Blue, but that was once your homeboy. And once you say a person is your homeboy and you got love for your homeboy, you just can't take that off, man. You can't cut that. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget the good days. You might remember the fallout, but you can't forget that was your dog. This was somebody that y'all made history together. You know what I'm saying? Your first big record, that got national attention was with Snoopy Blue. You know what I'm saying? A Beautiful World. You know what I'm saying? That was the same way. These dudes was damn near the same way when it came to the crippin'. Everything was blue. Snoopy Blue ain't never stopped wearing blue his whole entire life. That's all that dude wore. These dudes was damn near best friends. So when it come down to Spider Snoopy Blue, I don't care if you niggas don't see eye to eye or not, nigga, like that was your dog. That's still a homeboy. You can't just turn around and just say F that dude. Like that was your nigga. So that's what it was.
That's crazy because, and it gets even deeper because they're both from 9/7 East Coast, correct?
Mm-hmm. But let me say this for the record though, just so people don't get it construed. I never said Norvell had anything to do with Snoopy Blue unaliving. It's impossible for me to know. I was in Vegas. I still don't even know how he died. So it was just, blew some smoke through the internet. But yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Now, to clear that up, Snoopy Blue was reported online and to the news that Snoopy Blue was shot and killed on the 11600 block of Central Avenue in South Los Angeles on July 9th, 2022. So about 3 years ago almost, you know what I mean? And
I don't know, bro. I never looked into it. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know when he died, what day. All I remember was the funeral. I don't even know what happened.
Nah, I get that part, man, because, I could get real. Yeah, I understand that. Now, the wild part about this is
Wait. I literally don't know. I don't want to make it seem to the world like I don't know. I literally don't know.
Yeah, we don't think that you're ducking it, man. We don't think that you're ducking it. And you've always been 100 as far as I know. You know what I mean? Because when people do lie sometimes on these platforms, but I never got. I don't think I never got that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so man, I wanted to move on to more into what's going on online though. So that situation spawned into you two going back and forth on social media, and then Munchie B is at the same time getting into it with Spider Loc, and somebody leaked some information where Spider Loc had confessed that he had never been jumped into his gang. Now, I saw your reaction to that. What do you think about it?
I'm not surprised. You know, I'm a real East Coast member. You know what I'm saying? He used to always be like, Nina, hey, who is good? Hey, who is good? And that's when I started catching on because he didn't know who these people was. And these people are legends in our neighborhood. You know, he grew up in Compton. He lived his whole life in Compton. Everybody in Compton know him. I know he might have, you know, relations with the 9-7s, but when it came down to the 6-pack, you know, 6 dudes, 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", he didn't know us. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact because his brother was one of them dudes that knew everybody. I didn't know his brother, of course, but yeah, I know Spider didn't know because he always asked me, who was this dude, who was that dude? And I will always tell him, like, oh yeah, that's the G homegirl, you know, Big CJ, you know what I'm saying? Or this is the homegirl, such and such, the homie, whoop-de-whoop. And that's what it was. You know, he didn't know everybody. So I introduced him to a lot of homies.
Now that's a different situation than we hear of with most, you know, gangbangers. It's usually your neighborhood. You know everybody coming up your whole life. You know all the connecting sets. You know who you beefing with, obviously. And you usually go to school with these people. So you're saying with Spider Loc, it was a different situation altogether?
Well, let me just say this for the record. Everybody that's from a gang don't always got to get put on, but you got to be raised over there to not have to get put on. You cannot be raised over there and not have to get put on. Like, that's a spit in the face. It's one thing if you grew up on that block, your mama grew up on that block, your daddy grew up on that block, your mama from that hood, or your ties is to that hood. You can't say I didn't have to get put on and you never grew up over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to damn near be a kid for that situation to take place. You can't be no late teenager, you know what I'm saying, coming around with a gun and smashing and just say I had to get put on. At some point, you got to get put on. There's a lot of people that grew up in the neighborhood that didn't get put on, but they grew up over there. That was their home. You can't come from another city and not grow up and not have to get put on. I don't know where they do that at. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not taking them from it. If you know, if that was the situation niggas accepted over there, then that's just what it was. But I'm not going to put it like this. I'm not going to speak down on that man because of his story, because, you know, he made his name through the card. He made his name. You know, everybody knew him as, you know, Spider Loc the rapper. But I can't take nothing from him. If you go to prison behind this, you ride for this, you know what I'm saying, you did some gangster shit behind this, and the hood accepts you, then that's just what it is.
Now, Nina boy, I've got to combat that position because we've got somebody that you've talked about several times who is in almost a similar situation, you know. And this is me on the outside looking in, because based on what you said he went to prison on that same pushing that same car. He was on the streets on that same car. The same could be said for Snoopy Badass, right? I'll just play devil's advocate.
Nah, you could play devil's advocate all day long. You can't compare a Snoopy Badass to a Spider Loc. Spider Loc really got ties from that hood. Snoopy Badass, who is his kinfolks? Like, where your mama stay at? Who you know over here? Spider Loc got family from the hood. You know what I'm saying? His brother is a rider. He's doing life behind it from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. Snoopy Badass was from Moreno Valley, Paris neighborhood. Then he turned Hollywood Pyru with no ties to none of those gangs. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your cousin, not your brother. You can't play devil's advocate if you have no bloodline to that. I can see if you got a bloodline and your bloodline is like, nigga, that's my little brother. I got cuz or I got blood. That's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to Spider Loc actually went to prison, smashing and riding behind that. You know what I'm saying? So the homies accepted that based on his family, his brother. That's it.
Nah, that's a good response. That's a very good answer. Because people are gonna withdraw that distinction, and you pretty much cleared it up. So with that whole situation being said, and you basically saying that he pushed that line, so obviously he is what he is, right? And he's been for years. When you think of East Coast Crips, he would be like the number one person that would come to people's mind. I'm gonna be for real, besides yourself, of course. But when it comes to this whole situation that's going on social media, we start to see all these different sorts of players in the situation. So there's another guy by the name of Deuce M's, right? So Deuce M's, I'm assuming he's a blood, and I don't want to be incorrect, but that's what I heard him say, I believe. He's actually jumped in on this situation as well, and he released some information about Spider Loc on YouTube, where it sounded like Spider Loc was being recorded by what we're going to get to in a second, Reggie Wright or somebody else, and he was talking about some street business. Now, you did a whole live reaction about that. What did you think when you heard that record?
I'm going to keep it Fendi with you. If he didn't drop that recording, I wouldn't even know that Cub was working with Reggie Wright. I would have never even knew that you was talking to Reggie Wright. I didn't even know you had hate for a nigga. I didn't know none of that. So when I realized what he did, it was the hate. When a nigga told the internet, it's like, man, I hated Nina Boy for a second. I'm like, damn, cuz all I do is, if you go get Spider, Nina Boy jumping in that like, nigga, I'm getting into it with anybody over this man. And when I realized you said hate, that was the straw that broke the camel back. I'm a real East Side street baby. Like, nigga, you don't use words like hate. Hate is when you would slice somebody's throat in the back alley somewhere where ain't nobody looking. That was big for me. But when it comes down to this gang culture, you gotta realize it ain't no real love in it. Man, like I tell niggas all the time, man, it ain't the stab in the back that you can't deal with. It's when you turn around and see who stabs you in your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of people out here that will tell you, hey, I love you, bro. Yeah, you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you not beneficial to them, they gonna turn on you. So when I looked at all of this, I'm like, if it wasn't for Deuce M's, I would have never even knew you was working with an ex-cop giving intel about you said that was your homie. You was still smiling in my face the whole time. So that's when it all changed. I'm gonna leave right there.
Nah, and I understand that, because when I was listening to the audio and I listened to the reactions from different people and stuff like that, I was like, whoa, this is very revealing, because like you said, you probably never knew Spider Loc had those feelings towards you, and you were defending him. And in our last interview, I believe you were defending him a lot. And I was like, okay, because we were talking about the whole Snoopy Badass and him fallout, but that was like a punch to the gut, huh?
Man, yeah, the game is cold like that, man. It get deep, because when you look at this, man, be mindful who you ride for, because everybody ain't gonna ride for you. Everybody not gonna ride for you just because you from the same hood. Like, a motherfucker really use you. You know what I'm saying? And until they realize you on to whatever motive they got going on. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Now, on to the topic, man, that spawns from that, man. So the whole Reggie Wright situation, right? So Reggie Wright, famously known behind the whole Death Row situation. He took over Death Row Records for Suge Knight when he first got incarcerated before his last release, you know what I mean? And he was a controversial figure because Reggie Wright was a police officer. He was a cop. Like, he was an officer that I guess had a relationship with Death Row, and then he ended up stopped being an officer, and then he ended up doing time, and then he came out with some podcasts, and he's in this whole podcast realm. But it looks like, man, according to what you said, it seemed like Reggie Wright had it out for you, man. So what do you think about that whole situation between him and Spider and him allegedly trying to get dirt on you?
Ain't nothing to think about. Anytime somebody that could call you and ask if you got some dirt on your own homie, you done broke protocol. You know better. Like, I don't care if that's your uncle, your cousin. You don't utilize no privileged information to an outsider. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that is, you deal with that in our neighborhood. Like, your homeboys is off limits to any outsider that's not a part of that world. You know, gang culture is like a secret society. You know, that's just it off the backboard. That's just like somebody bringing interrogation room. Oh, well, we want this person. You got some dirt on, and you give it to him. You out of line. You know, he was foul ball for that. But at the same time, it ain't no coming back from that, because when you look at who I am and what I've done for my section and in the culture, I would never cross nobody up like that. But this is why I say gang culture should not be intertwined with the internet, because once it get the internet, it's fair game. A lot of people like, oh, why y'all talking about it on the internet? Because it's out there. You got to defend your name. But and I'm not gonna stick too much on, you know, gang culture revolving my hood, because I don't do that. That's not really what I do. I defended my name on the behalf of what he said, but I don't advocate pushing the gang bang line on the internet just based off the fact that you got people that's still in the streets. I'm not in the streets no more. And it's a dangerous game. Speaking on politics, that was a lane that dude decided to do. He wanted to still take the street gang bang culture to the internet. It was go backfire on him anyway. You can't talk to no ex-cop. Don't care what that is. Oh, you consider him a friend and you consider me a homie, but I didn't spend time with your whole family. So it's just not gonna add up. You can't have it at your Thanksgiving and then all of a sudden you let this who ain't never been to your family house get some dirt on that you say that's your homie. That don't add up. Real street niggas hot. They hot. But let's move forward from that, man. I don't want to push the gangbang narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, understood. Now, just on the Reggie Wright topic, though, do you believe that he has some kind of dirt over Spider Loc's head?
Absolutely. He got. It's impossible. That's the only way he drew him out to the front. Yeah, I believe it.
That's wild, because in this situation, you have him basically doing the detective work, because this is what, like, if you watch any of those documentaries or whatever, this is commonly what detectives do. Like, they find people that they have a thumb screw or something over them, and then they use them to get information about people or to find out things and to build, it helps put the puzzle together, man. So why in the world do you think that Spider would be out for you? Like, be wanting to, or not even Spider Loc, but Reggie Wright be out for you?
Sometimes, man, you know, just being on that internet, you got a big audience, you got a big name. You could poke the bear, you could shake the tree, and you know how the umbrella unfold, man. It just happened like that. But like I said, man, I tell all these dudes out here, man, if you a real street dude, don't speak on, like, we talking about this now because this happened, but at the end of the day, I'm never gonna speak on this ever again. It's probably like one of the major last interviews I do in regards of cuz. But with Reggie White, you know, hey, once a cop, always a cop. Cop is in your blood. Your daddy was a cop. You know what I'm saying? He locked up hundreds of African Americans. You was a cop. You done locked up hundreds of African Americans. You done interviewed people, interrogated them. It's in your DNA. I don't think any gang member or ex-member should ever have a conversation with an ex-cop in regards of gang culture. It's a violation. It is treason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a spy at that point. You know what I'm saying? You can put the DER at the end of that, but you a spy. You cannot talk to a cop or ex-cop about gang bang politics, gang bang culture, or none of that. It's out. Straight up.
Nah, that's wild, man. Thanks for clearing that up, because I was blindsided by the info, and there are a lot of people who watch these videos and things were probably blindsided as well. Like, what in the world is the connection? Now, on your own live and in your reaction that I saw, you talked about the possibility that you were talking about a lot of that death row stuff that happened back in the day. Do you think that's really connected to any of this?
Man, all that. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. If you want to look at it from that angle, this is rap. So basically what he said is that he has a rap relationship with Reggie White. You have a gang culture relationship with Nina Boyd. So you choose the rap relationship over a who you got to deal with in your hood that come with politics. You know, California is the mecca of gangbanging. It's a religion in California. We take the politics serious. So you chose a you knew in a rap game over a you knew from your neighborhood, from a game that you participated in. So all the gangsters is gonna look like you only knew this from the rap. You didn't work out at Death Row. It didn't work out with 50 Cent, but you still got to deal with the who come behind it that's from the same hood as you. So when it comes to the gang banging culture, like, cuz you gave intel to a cop. If you would do it to Nina Boy, what makes you think we won't do it to you? And any that talk to Reggie White about gang bang culture, anything that has to do with dirt, bodies, robberies, shootouts, drive-bys, it is treason. You on the other side with that.
Nah, understandable. Yeah, it seems like those lines would be clearly drawn, and based on what you said right there, you just cleared it up. Like, yeah, there's certain lines that you can't cross.
Yeah, no, you can't cross that at all. It's out. No bueno, nigga. You can't touch that. It's all the way out.
Now, what about the Mob James connection? Like, there's been rumors before about Mob James being an informant. Do you think any of that is true?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't we not think it's true, man? At this point, you can't put it past nobody. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're living in this society where people will turn on their family and their friends for money and fame. You know, social media kind of changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Caller ID is probably one of the reasons why most of these women don't have the fathers in the household. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to keep this gangster, you know, technology changed everything. Because back in the day, a man could take care of his household, provide, give her everything until caller ID hit. And then that side chick called and said, you was going to get my car fixed. And who is this? This is Keisha. Keisha, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what? After, you know what I'm saying? It's my baby daddy and all that. And all that crazy start hitting the fan. So, you know, the gang got real thick, man. But, you know, it's an invisible line when it comes to this underworld, man. You know, you got the right to keep your mouth shut. You don't have, it's power in being silent. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't want to get on this podcast because I said it already. This is not even to bash him, but at the same time, any dude that will talk to an ex-cop about what takes place in the streets with real gang members is treason. It's no way you can cut that. You can't say, oh man, he's a friend. You know, he wanted dirt on a homie. If you didn't even consider me a homie, you can't give him dirt and then reconsider me as a homie. You can't get through that and still kick it with me after you did that. Yeah, you apologize and all that, but you still foul. You know what I'm saying? Reggie White want to be seen as I don't know if he want to be seen as a gangster. I don't know if he want to be seen as a citizen, but Reggie White know anybody that will talk to him about the streets is out of line. They out of pocket. Straight up.
Okay, hey. All right, Nina Boy. Well, there's a crazy situation that's going on social media. It's been a back and forth between you and another rapper by the name of Snoopy Badass. Now, Snoopy Badass, he did an interview. You did a reply to that interview. And since then, he's been kind of on your head, man, on the real. Now, recently, he's made some accusations about some very serious stuff, you know, involving like a young lady and charges and things of that nature. But I want to give you the opportunity to clear that up or whatnot, man, because people are going to be wondering.
All right, so let me just say this. If somebody actually committed those allegations, lock their ass up. Don't get on the internet and play judge and the jury. Everybody want to convict somebody on the internet, and half these people ain't even been to law school. You ain't been a judge. I'm seriously telling anybody, and that goes for me too. If somebody got something on me, bro, make sure y'all go report that to the police. Stop going to the internet saying, I believe you did it. You not no judge, you not no lawyer, you ain't no jury. Plus, if somebody did that, all you have to do is go to Megan's Law and you type in that person's government name and it will show if that person been convicted. If that person ain't been convicted, who the fuck is you to convict somebody of something that you don't know nothing about? This is hearsay, this is allegations. And yeah, like I said, man, yeah, nigga, make sure you got your facts straight. But you can't get mad because of the fact that, you know, you want something to be. I always tell people like this all the time, bro. Don't destroy somebody's life with a lie when somebody could destroy yours with the truth. I think Snoopy Badass is attacking me because he know that his baby mother confirmed to me that that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? And I was saving that just in case. That was my little bullet in the chamber. You know, I still might drop the video. I might even have her come on my live and tell her real story, but it's going to be dangerous. But his credibility is already bad beyond, you know, the paperwork and the snitch allegations and all that crazy stuff. But to the audience and everybody want to know, I don't even got to say nothing. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from somebody who want to convict somebody of somebody. Ain't even graduated from high school. You're not even qualified to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm gonna let them keep talking, man. I ain't mad at them. Keep doing what you're doing.
Now, he also said that, man, you got like an obsession. Well, he painted the picture that you had an obsession with his baby mama, and this is fueling y'all beef. Is there any truth to that?
Man, this is coming from somebody who ain't been with that girl in so long. I was actually, you know, she's a good person. No sexual relationships, none of that. Strictly professional, music wise. And, you know, he just can't stand that, man. You know, that's an insecure dude right there. But he don't take care of them kids. He know that I know, you know what I'm saying, when it get bad, when it get hard in this world, you know, you run around with this traveling nurse acting like your life is grand, but who leaves 3 babies behind for a single mother to raise them on their own, but you on the internet trying to convict other people of allegations that you have no proof to. That ain't no real gangster. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying blood and you ain't from no hood on me. So I'm gonna leave him alone though. I'm gonna leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, nah, Nina, I got him. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna dispose everything about that dude. Nina, let me get that dude. I'm like, say less. Easy call. So his baby mama gonna take care of him real soon. So y'all be on the lookout for her telling her story, surviving Snoopy Badass because she survived them. The D's and all that shit on her, man. So I'm gonna just let him you know, be obsessed with me. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know, he acting like a little lady boy right now, but I'm too big to entertain him, and I see that now. So I'm gonna just fall back. I'm gonna let it be what it be.
Okay, now that was a good response to the accusations and to the video, man. Now, you made some points there that I just want to clarify. You said that he's what, a travel nurse? You mean that somebody knew he's dating?
Yeah, so he's Snoopy Badass is dating a travel nurse right now, who's financially funding, you know, him until he blow up on YouTube. And shit, he only got 2,000 subscribers now, so it's gonna probably be another 4-5 years before he see a nice little, you know, little woo wop. But nah, man, sometimes you gotta understand, man. When it comes to this internet, sometimes your idol will become your rival. And he was a fan of mine, you know, but me and him fell out because I was riding for Spider Loc. He know this. I ain't never had no problems with that dude. But once he told me that, you know, once I found out that he had intentions on want to harm somebody that I was cool with, man, I cut him off like a bad check. And that's how me and his fallout happened. And then not to mention, I'm a big dude in LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm my name floating all through LA. And then his baby mama, who owes his kids, is one of the dopest singers out of LA. And then he see me and her linking up after me and him fall out. Then that really lit the fire.
Okay, and you cleared it up that you and his baby mom, it's a professional / friendship type deal. It's not really it's not a relationship, right?
Yeah, not at all. Hell no, no. She I'm the wrong person for her, man. She needs somebody that's go stay solid and be real, man. I'm still out here traveling, living life. You know what I'm saying? I do believe everybody deserves somebody that's real, that's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here having it my way. I would never waste nobody's time knowing that, you know what I'm saying, I'm up in age and got all these young things, all up on me like that though, right? So
yep. Nah, I get you. I
wouldn't do that to her, man. She's a good person, man. She's a spiritual person. You know what I'm saying? Very spiritual. But sometimes you gotta realize the devil in some people, man. Just imagine, I just heard that dude say those kids. And his audience don't say about it. Like, what grown men say F you in those kids? I couldn't even fix my mind to say the child didn't ask to be here. So if anybody who's watching that man and they hear him say, oh, them children, then you the devil too. It's not, you can't say you a real man. F being a real ninja, but a real man will never say some children that never asked to be here. Like, that's a coward to me. And I expose that and he see that. So when, sometimes when you see the real person in people, how sometimes when you realize who they are, come who they are. You see what I'm saying? And that's probably what it is. He know that I know that you don't send no diapers. She in New York right now. She's in New York taking care of those kids. She's taking care of all of them. She got her stuff together. She's doing fine. She's still balling more harder than this dude. And she's single with 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? You waiting on your little sugar bear, you know what I'm saying, to find another gig to take you to another state. You living in hotel to hotel. Like, you don't got no money, man. We know YouTube ain't paying them. We know that for sure. So, and you're 38, man. Your rap career is over, bro. Nobody care about your fake ass big braids image. He's a dying star. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Hang it up.
Now he made the accusation as well that you're very tender for the ladies. Like you'll do anything for the ladies.
I don't even know that man. He got a right to say what he want to say, gang. Okay, cool, man. Like, all right, sure, bro. That's how you feel, bro. I've never met this man a day in my life. How can you say what I am if you ain't never seen me? And that don't do. I'm only assuming, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I got a rollie on my rollie costs more than his conversation. So I'm not too, I ain't sweating what he's saying, man. Keep doing what you doing, gang. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the last interview that I really indulge who you is. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's crazy is, and I gotta be honest, and this is totally off script. Man, this stuff is messy. I ain't gonna lie. This is messy stuff, man. I mean, we getting in people's backstories, their relationship and stuff like that. But it all seems to revolve around this one fact that I find when I try to draw the equation. Why, and you could probably answer this for me. Why do a lot of LA cats who are gangbangers or gang members or alleged gang members, I should say, why do y'all all mess with and run in the same circles with the same chicks? Like, I don't get it.
Oh, you got to clarify. I don't know who run with the same clicks and chicks. I don't know. Because none of these niggas couldn't even hit the type of females I done hit. These women got college degrees and stuff.
Same. I get you. No, I understand. There's definitely different levels. But when a lot of the...
Though, yeah, I'm a fly. You can't compare a Nina boy to a Snoopy Badass. I don't shop at the Charleston White meet to put on a fucking $5 you know what I'm saying, polo shirt and some Dickies. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I've been having my own way for a long time. Every place I always live in gated communities. You know what I'm saying? I'm always flying. My cologne costs more than his conversation. Like, when it comes to that, I gotta set the record straight, man. You know, I'm from the east side, man. Like we hustle hard. You know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing from Compton, Watts, or anywhere else, but the East Coasters, we hustle hard. You know what I'm saying? We hustle hard. We take care of our own. And anybody know me, if you line me up next to him, he's gonna be the nigga that's drinking, you know what I'm saying, some Thunderbird, you know what I'm saying, and the Turkish chicken 2-piece with a biscuit, while I'm at Pals there, Felipe's or Javier's or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just a difference. You can't compare.
Nah, I get it, man. I like it. I feel you. I feel you, man. It's different. Some people, man, they like to find the things in life and they hustle their way to get those things. You know what I'm saying?
Who told everybody just because you look gangster that you tougher than a nigga that got on some $1,000 Gucci shoes? You know what I'm saying? A $600 Gucci belt. Who told you that you tougher because you went to the Slauson to get some Angel Lane Chucks, and I done went to the Gucci store and blew a bag in that mug? Told you that you harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with a nigga riding in the Benz with a, you know what I'm saying, with a ladder with a stick on it? You know what I'm saying? With some hollow points that'll shoot through your car. Like, who told you tough because you look tough? Who told everybody that you gotta look tough to really be tough, bro? That's not life, gang. You know what I'm saying? I know some real ninjas that's behind the walls that was living in mansions. You know what I'm saying, out here. You know what I'm saying? That pull up late night at that red light and paint your shirt like Picasso. Just because you look tough don't mean you tough. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that you willing to do life behind this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I who know me know I come from that era. Like, I had to participate. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to glorify or brag about. Except that shit, I ain't never hood jumped no hoods. I done took all my squabbles like a man. I done won some. I done lost some. I done jumped out that car. And that's just what it is. To be honest with you, man, like, it's this proven rank is overrated on this internet. Y'all niggas have that. I'm just a nigga. I'm an older nigga now. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a tough nigga. All I do is jump out his body, and I'm just gonna be myself, man. Y'all can have that, man. I'm Coogee, man. Like, it's a dick swinging contest on this internet, and I don't care for that. I think because I come from this gangster world that everybody, I think I'm tougher than him. Look how he dressing. Who told you that you tougher, bro? Like, come on, gang. That's not. Come on, man. We go keep it going.
Nah, that's what's up. And I think, man, people respect both aspects of that, you know, especially if you somebody who can really get paper, have paper, and then really be about what you're about, man. I think people look up to that a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think they should, because at the end of the day, just imagine you volunteering your time, your body, your life to something, and you don't get no return out of it. You don't get no 401k, no dental, no medical, but you betraying as if like this is profitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people all the time, man, a 17-year-old little boy can't predict where his mama decides to go find a place to live. And that community tell him you can only wear this color over here, and then some random car come while he's walking to the store to get some dish washing liquid for his mama, he get gunned down. You know what I'm saying? Because the color he had on their shirt. Like, come on, gang. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors behind this. You know, from a boy to a man. You know, I grew up as a soldier. You know what I'm saying? A real soldier. I would never sit back as old as I am and tell my son, yeah, come down here, we finna go get put on. Now, you ain't going to high school no more. You finna come gangbang. You ain't going to college. You finna come gangbang. What that make me as a man? So, yeah, that's just all it is, man. I think with Melvin Banks, he glorified gang culture. The only thing that dude got to talk about is gang activity. If y'all watch my YouTube channel, I talk about the real shit that take place, man. Like, you know, it's not mandatory for youth to go outside and kill somebody that looks just like them. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? The world is in chaos right now. You know what I'm saying? Gas is at $5. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't even understand that these executive orders that Trump put in place is not even being, you know, in the forefront. People are not even operating off of what Trump is saying. They mad that we found out that the Democrats been stealing money from the American citizens, their taxpayer money,
That's been a big reveal. That's been the biggest news going.
But we got dudes like Snoopy Badass who out here saying blood don't belong to no gang. And his only gripe every day he wake up is trying to expose gangbangers and gang members. You don't hear nothing profound about his life. When people watch me, I think I'm the common narrative of what people can relate to, because I'm not just talking about gang culture. You know what I'm saying? When you're 40 years old and you sit back and you think about the choices you made in your 20s and you still think like you're in your 20s, then you done wasted 20 years of your life. You can't gangbang forever, because I tell people all the time, when people gangbanging, they're not gangbanging for no females. It's only niggas that's, gang culture is, you only respected by your violence. You're not respected by anything else besides violence. And that's why people rock with Nina Boy, because that's not all I'm pushing. If that's all you got, bro, then that's where your life go. You know what I'm saying? I hope some young dude watch my video and be like, bro, I used to watch you in the car going to school every morning. Now I'm a football player, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's the type, that's why I do this. I don't do this to be no tough gangbanger on the internet. I'm in my 40s, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no young, you know what I'm saying? And I would glorify that around me. Like, if you do that, keep that the internet. But long as I'm on the internet, I don't care what I say. I'm not going to glorify this, because it wasn't meant for the internet to be glorified for. When I get on this, I don't care if I got to put paint where it ain't sometimes. Hey, listen, young, go to school. This ain't going nowhere. That's what I was taught. I was always told, if you will gangbang, come gangbang after school. Get your education. Learn your rights, your constitutional rights, your amendment rights. It's so much you need to know, because it costs to gangbang. And most people can't afford to die, because when you die, somebody else got to pay for your funeral. You dudes like that nigga out here trying to brag about, blood, all that fake. Who give a shit? Nobody care what he's saying, because everything he say is predicated off of gang banging. And we got women out here that need men to step up, because if we lose our power grid, all somebody got to do is knock our power grid. You take our electricity, our energy, we're going to have no heat. Cell phone towers is going to go down. And some of you dudes that's out here only practicing gang culture, you're not going to know how to protect your family, because you're not prepared. You're not aware. You don't have no generator. You don't have water stacked up. You don't have no a radio scanner. You don't have tools. You don't have a vest. You don't know how to, lock your house down and protect your family. That's what we need to focus on. All this gangster shit that we doing, it's cool. I would indulge in this, because that's where I come from. But as a man, a strong man, it's a difference between being, alpha and being a man. You know what I'm saying? Alpha want to prove something to people that don't really give a shit. The real man is going to sit back and watch that alpha say he the toughest until something happens. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If we lose our power grid, all the jails and all these people that did crazy acts to people, themselves is going to open up. People going to run home to their families. People are not talking about this. Man, we in our last days, homie. And when it comes down to it, the average dude is not reading these books that I read. They're not reading Marcus Garvey. They're not reading Think and Grow Rich. They're not reading these books. They're not thinking, if a natural disaster come, how to protect my family. That's the operation I'm on. I don't wish to see jail or any of that on anybody that could consider themselves an odd to me or an enemy. I want to see people get their life together, homie, and be a man. Because a real man ain't going to make no excuses. A real man ain't going to be, if you 35 years old and you still talking about gang culture, and that's it, that's the only thing you got that you wake up in every morning, then you living a miserable life. Because this world ain't going to stop just because you wake up hollering out blood. Somebody needs to check him. You do it. Stop pointing people to do some that you should do. These are your thoughts. These are your feelings. We don't got time for that. It's time to grow up, homie. It's time to grow up, be a man. Any that's on the internet that's only talking about gangbang, listen, I'm not in the streets no more, so I can't talk about gang culture 24/7. That's the most fakest you can do. to sit up here and advocate violence if you're not even committing violence. Nah, come on, get these young niggas something to put in their headphones when they finna go work out. They know the adversity that they face when they go to these high schools. They know when they walk home, somebody pressing them, bullying them. They know, you know what I'm saying, the propaganda that's taking place with, you know, telling little boys it's okay to sit in the house and you know, play video games, or you can wear a pink backpack and, you know, you should be happy. Nah, we need to tell little kids to go outside, you know, fall on your knees, you know, get some scratches, get some wounds, make yourself tough. We got too much feminine energy going on in these communities, and we glorifying somebody who had a hit and run, did 5 years and came home. But that man that's working inside that liquor store for that Chinese man who's mopping the floor, who's working hard, who got holes in his shoes to provide for his family, he get considered a loser. But we praising that dude that just did that hit and run. The game got to change, man. Straight up.
Nah, man, nah. You drove that home. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Let's get it. Yeah.
All right, Nina boy, like I said, man, these YouTube streets have been going crazy lately, man. And there's another ongoing beef or situation that's taking place that I wanted to get your opinion on, because you're a blogger and you do this and you watch all these different things that go down and give your commentary. And I'd love to hear what you thought about this. Now, there's a guy who's been going viral lately by the name of Big Homie CC. Now, Big Homie CC is a security guard. According to him, he's actually been the security guard for several celebrities. He's, spilled some of the tea and things about them and their interactions as, behind the velvet ropes or whatnot. But he's come under some scrutiny by Wack100 and Luce, and to a point where they had a head-to-head on social media. And basically, it looks like, man, they've got an ongoing YouTube beef. Now, first off, are you familiar with Big Homie CC and what's going on between him, Wack100, and Luce?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Now, what do you think initially about some of his claims, Big Homie CC?
Man, Big Homie CC, man, listen, man, like, I know you got these outlandish stories, but I know you putting paint where it ain't, man. Put it like this. When it comes to Luce Cannon and Wack and them dudes, they only trip when you tripping. You know what I'm saying? You jump out your body with them niggas coming full force. Now, I have not been a fan of Wack100. We had disputes in the past and all that crazy shit. Even, I even said some shit about Luce, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no real serious shit. I started seeing how them dudes move. And when it comes to this internet space, man, them dudes really move militant. Them dudes, Luce and Wack, them niggas moving militant. Everybody talking that on the internet, but them the only niggas that's popping out with 50 dudes. You know what I'm saying? 20 dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they willing to turn them tables upside down. I just say this, man, for Big Homie CC, man, if them dudes get at you, if they talking about getting at you, you need to get at them dudes first. Because if you jump out your body, they coming for you. You know what I'm saying? It's no fair game with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? This is 2025. You can't say, let me get a fair one like this is 2013. Nah, touch one, you go touch them all. Now, do I think, first of all, Big Homie CC is way bigger than Luce Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger. And better believe, if you get the best of Luce Cannon, his whole entourage is coming. They finna kick the snot out your nose. You know what I'm saying? And them dudes is backing Wack100 up. If you're looking at the muscle, it's Luce. Luce is the muscle over there. And the businessman is Wack. Wack is bringing the business and Luce is bringing the muscle. They got a little combination over there. I don't really, I'm like this, man. Now that I'm older, I sit back with the binoculars and I watch the game. Big Homie CC is saying, this, and then Luce and Wack is saying that. I'm gonna just sit back and just watch with the binoculars. I don't really want to say like who's winning the war, but right now, neither one of them dudes drew blood. I think they was trying to be cordial. And then it got back to the internet that he was shook, he was scared, and it was just a back and forth. So right now, I'm not gonna advocate that them dudes hurt each other. At the end of the day, if they could find common ground and fix that, them dudes, if they could get, I'll put it like this: if Luce and Wack could put the whatever they little to on the side and put that dude on their team, that's a powerhouse. That's what I'm gonna say. I'd rather see Big Homie CC, Luce, and IBM. Shout out to them dudes over there too, because it's not always about just Luce is just the face, but IBM, it's a lot of good dudes over there. I watch a lot of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes that's doing good shit over there. Wack doing this thing too, man. But I think Clubhouse be fucking them dudes over because they put out misinformation. I don't hold hands and kick hands, man. Like, Wack said some shit, 4 extras that wasn't true. Why he went to jail. That's misinformation. So that's kind of like, it's not cool. But overall, man, it would be dope if Big Homie CC, had an alliance. Everybody don't got to be homeboys, but just have a cordial alliance. Like if say for instance, Big Homie CC in Vegas and he getting into it at the Bellagio and the IBM and whacking them just having to be sagging through that casino and he getting into it, they come aid to his assistance and that goes vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see, man. It's everybody just divided. I want to see some niggas really like link up and have an understanding, man. It's too much beefing with each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to worry about nobody destroying us. We destroying our own. And that's just what I want to see. And that's what I think the people respect about Nina Boy, because Nina Boy ain't always for no, hey, knock his teeth out, kick his head in. You know what I'm saying? Some of this, it be senseless. This malice ass, beefs that we be calling each other having is not even real.
And a lot of it comes from just nothing. It's like one little thing, one little comment or something, and then next thing you know, 2 people who are big on the internet, and I know that they all reap the benefits of all the streams and things like that, the interviews and all that. So there's that motive too. There's that incentive to get, paid off of beefing and stuff like that. But when it comes to Luce Cannon and Wack100, we've seen Luce Cannon take it to levels to where things have really gone down in the streets, which you pointed out. So, I mean, for Big Homie CC, like for this situation, I don't know, man. It seems like a tough one. And like you said, you think it would be better if they just, merged and blended that thing and put a squash to this?
Well, yeah, because, Luce Cannon and show up the internet like, I'm like that. Luce like, nigga, I'm like that. We seen Luce Cannon show the world he's like that. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't seen Big Homie CC do nothing but say some, you know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, everybody is like that when you know what I'm saying, when the cameras is on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to me thinking about being like, I don't want to be like nothing. I don't even want you to know I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? If it really come to it, because I got to show y'all that I'm like that, somebody go tell on me. I think with Luce is a businessman and he's smart. I think, you know what I'm saying? I think if Luce didn't have no money, he'd be all the way crashed out by now. Because only thing that could keep him, you know what I'm saying, because the nigga active is the money. If he didn't have no money, he'll probably be like, nigga, I'm f***ing up, because you gotta have some lawyer money. It costs money to commit crimes. You smell it when I'm selling dope? Hey, listen, man, for y'all that's watching me, bro, don't commit no crime, bro, if you don't got no bag. I promise you, it's nothing like a broke dude trying to show the world that he's like that. Because of course that, you're gonna need some lawyer money. You're gonna need somebody with power and influence. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't play that role, bro. Like, and it's just sad because if you die, now you got to get some people who say they love you. You got to do a fish fry in the car wash to bury your mother. Man, that ain't gangster, bro. Like that ain't it, man. A gangster is gonna leave something behind for his loved ones. I feel like you can't afford to die. Stop committing crimes if you can't afford to die, because everybody want to live, but don't nobody want to die. I think, the Luce Cannons and the Wacks, They only got a certain amount of time space for that because nobody is challenging these dudes. They gonna have to slide out the way and get back to doing TV shows and music where they good at because ain't nobody challenging these niggas. These niggas that's always like, where you niggas at? They pulling up, they popping out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't cool with them dudes, I think I'm bring up. You know what I'm saying? Cause they coming strong. I ain't seen that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, all this gangster on the internet is not cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't got no alliance, you don't got no team. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the art of war. You got to look at how 50 did this. Like, a lot of people don't understand. You know, when it came down to 50 Cent and Big Meech, Big Meech came home and he wanted, you know what I'm saying? He wanted his like rights back. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to get what's actually his because, you know, 50 holding him up on like, you know, he want his money. You know, he thought he was going to come home, Al, thank you for getting my son in, you know, acting school and, you know, you doing these series and all that, but I need to have control over my name. And they wasn't trying to get that up. And on top of that, he paroled back to his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? His baby mama was the one he was with, and all these scallywags that he was lying and promising these deals to, they believed him. You know what I'm saying? He got locked up and they thought, you know, I ain't gonna say her name, or I ain't gonna get into the depths, but they thought they was gonna be with him. And he ended up going back to the woman who was with him before he was anything. And, you know, that's how the cookie crumble, man. So, you know, understanding this game, man, you got to be real with yourself before you're real with anybody else. Because when you understand the law of the land it's every man for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, people only love you when you're doing something for them. The moment you ain't doing something for them, you dead to them.
Nah, that's all real. And I'm glad you were able to bridge that into the 50 Cent topic because that was going to be one of my final questions, man. And I just wanted to get your take. And we got a good take. But when it comes to 50 Cent, the way I view him is like a strategic master. You know, he added extra chapters into the book 48 Laws of Power. So obviously he's a thinking guy, man. Now with Big Meech, do you think that, well, obviously if he didn't try to get his life rights back, it wouldn't have opened up the case for people to view the paperwork and then him being accused of being an informant and all that. What do you think, like, with Big Meech, his next move and his son's next move is, now that their one revenue stream that they were definitely getting has been blown up? Because 50 Cent is obviously, because of the Rick Ross situation, looks like he's obviously not going to connect with him. And then on top of that, they weren't even allowed to do the concert.
All right, so let me double back for a minute, right? People got to understand something, you know. What BMF is, because I had the luxury to be around them, right, is loyalty. They operate under loyalty. Now, of course, Lil Meech is sad. His daddy came home and messed up everything. You know what I'm saying? He walked around here sad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was like, Nick, they making a movie about my life. You got to understand, son. Like, yeah, I know you want to play me, but I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, your dad is home. We been having money. Yeah, just because this look good in a light don't mean that we ain't gonna get this right. Big Meech got money. He came home to some money. But Rick Ross put some millions in his hand. 50 wasn't trying to do all that. 50 was trying to make him wait, hold on to the rights, because it's the art of war. You know what I'm saying? Your first move is your worst move. And I think Meech made the wrong play trying to get back what's rightfully his within the first couple months that he came home. You gotta get something. You gotta pose as a friend, and you know what I'm saying, before you try to get what's rightfully yours. Sometimes, man, you know, greed and on the other side of the battlefield is going to display itself like, yeah, you come for this, I'm gonna come for you. 50 already established, you know, the fundamentals of I own the rights to your life story. You know, you could have played it smart. You know, Lil Meech. You know, that text message, you know, you showed disloyalty, because I would have been like, you ain't giving my daddy his rights back, bro. F this movie. F this movie. At the end of the day, this is my daddy life. I am each. You know what I'm saying? Like, people was going to bless him no matter what, because everybody They offended that we're glorifying a drug lord, but most of the people remember he took care of families when they didn't have nothing. They remember, people was losing their mortgages. They remember people was going to jail. He was bailing them out. They remember when people died that he had nothing to do with. He was paying for their funerals. People are not going to just forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, man, we all got dirt up under our fingernails, man. Like, and who give us the right to judge? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how we would judge somebody for their actions, but when it comes down to us, our weeding, went through our downfalls or our demise, we don't want to be judged. And, it's the hypocritical type of theory that we all have, man. And some of it is survivor's remorse. A lot of y'all mad that he made it, and he stopped helping y'all after he got caught up, or he stopped helping the ones that didn't show him loyalty. He operate under loyalty. Big Meech is the dude, if he asks you to go get some cheeseburgers and go get all of this for the group, and you show an attitude, he said, never mind, give me the keys. And he'll go do it himself. Even though he's the man, he will go do it himself to prove to you ain't nobody bigger than the next man. And it was the principles that people respected about him, because you could be in a VIP section with Big Meech and you don't know who the boss is. Everybody got money over there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody flipping the same female. So, and for 50 to do that to Big Meech, calling him all that, what about you? You got that under your jacket too. Except you got that Neil Long money now that people forgot about it. And then you got the influence. So if you're somebody trying to make it in the acting industry or the music industry, he can block that by saying, oh, well, if y'all working with him, I'm not going to work with you. They're going to 50 Cent because he's a household name and he's established. But once again, ain't nobody ever talking about that. The truth. Benzito told about Eminem, how Eminem was a racist. He grew up with racist friends and hung with them until he got put on with Dre. You know what I'm saying? We sweep everything under the rug when it comes to everybody else. But when it comes to our own, we can't wait to show our mother ass to put somebody on blast.
No, well said. Well said. Now, finally, I want to ask you this, Nina boy. Charleston White recently, according to reports, got arrested, right? He recently got arrested. Now, there's a guy out there by the name of Hustle Cartel that started celebrating his arrest. Other people were like, see what he got you. It was kind of like everybody's aha moment because, Charleston White's, what he professes in his interviews is very positive, but it's a lot of looking down and dissing people who are in the streets. And it's just a weird situation where he just keeps finding himself getting locked up, man. And this time, I believe it's 2 attempted aggravated assault charges, but behind 2 weapons, I believe. So allegedly, he either brandished a weapon, allegedly, or either pulled a weapon on somebody. I guess that's the same thing, right? Brandishing a weapon and pulling it. But what did you think about this, man, when you seen it?
Man, salt and sugar look the same. It's identical. Only way you can tell the difference between salt and sugar unless you taste it. Charleston White been going to jail for weapons his whole life. That's the only thing. But see, what people fail to realize, that the scariest dude to kill you before a gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's just predicated on how much you value your life. Hustle Cartel, man, I thought, by him trying to take, claim a responsibility for what Charleston White went to jail for was the most cowardice, scariest thing that you can take pride in, because you know better than him. Only difference is Charleston White showed the African American community who we really are as people. We put down our own people. Like, you gotta realize the only way we get attention from the masses, unless we're talking about hurting our own. If you're talking about you're gonna hurt an animal or another ethnicity in the most violent way, oh no, we ain't going for that. Lock his ass up. But if you're killing somebody of your same ethnicity or having with somebody in an unprofessional or gruesome way, oh, it's acceptable. It's totally acceptable. But the moment you say, hey, man, I'm going to go grab that zebra and I'm going to do this, that, and the third, oh, that's going to jail. 100 years. Look, he went to jail for dog fighting. For dog fighting. And if people who go to jail for shootouts in broad daylight who get, oh, it was.
All right, Nina boy. So you were just talking about how you feel about the whole Charleston White arrest and people celebrating and, you know, him pushing his message and really getting through to people, man. So go ahead and finish up what you were saying.
Yeah, you know, this is America. You know, every day you walk outside, it's a dog fight. Every day you walk outside, it's a dog fight. And, you know, I think what Charleston White did was he wanted to do good, right? And the cool thing about this is sometimes you got to be Malcolm X to become Martin. You know what I'm saying? And Charleston White tried to be Martin to become Malcolm, you know, and he tried to do the right thing and advocate for the youth. And it wasn't enough tension there. A lot of people don't praise or respect somebody who want to help the youth. And when he started realizing it ain't no future in that, he started doing what they hear on the radio. You know, the vagina hole is and the rectum is brown, and you know, and baby daddy, and you know what I'm saying, all this crazy stuff that get national attention on the radio. He started to gravitate to that. Wait a minute. So all I got to do is criticize the gangbangers, criticize the killers, the drug dealers, and be profound about it. Let's see how this works. And he was able to capitalize and monetize behind that. But, you know, he put a target on his back. You know what I'm saying? To the point where people demise the fact, they hated the fact that he, you know, hated a strong word. They disliked the fact that he was ruthless and unapologetic about exposing what the African American community do towards each other. And like I always said, man, you know, it's sensitive killers in the street. Somebody kill you because you called them something that made them feel uncomfortable. He would take your life because you become a slave to somebody. If somebody can hurt your feelings and get you to make a life decision, because all it takes is 30 seconds. If you got 9 pounds of pressure in your jeans, you know what I'm saying, you pull it out and make that decision behind somebody telling you that, you know, you're a coward or you're a BRTCH, and you decide to prove to him, like in the movie Belly, when DMX sat down with them 2 dudes in Atlanta at that table who was Brett Miller, and one decided to take his best friend's life because he wasn't man enough to take what his friend said to him. That's a sensitive killer, emotional killing, you know. So Charleston White got what his time was gonna run out, you know. The African American community, they glorified and they also criticized him for being both ways. And you can't have one foot in, one foot out. Charleston White was a dude who posed to want to help the youth and do good, but also criticize the less fortunate, the people, the same people that he came from. He flipped on them. He turned on them. Like, he admitted to the world that he was feeding Muslims pork, knowing that they ain't supposed to eat pork, but they came to support his business because they thought he was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't. I remember one time, I'm eating some steak and I was at a Jamaican party and they're like, no, Nina boy, it's lamb chop. I don't know no lamb chop. I end up all the way. You know, real bad because I knew what it was after they told me. So, you know, that was just foul, man. You can't trust anybody in these streets no more. You got to vet everybody, man. Now, I say to the young dudes that's watching me today, man, the choices you make now will affect your future. Don't wait till you get to your 40s and try to fix everything you did in your 20s. You know, it's about time to be educated. It's about time to acknowledge the fact that, you know, we're living in a society now where women have an expectation of a man to provide 100% in an economy where inflation is high, and they compare you to what their grandfather did in 1962 and 58, providing, knowing a house was $20,000, and you can't even get a car, a decent car that costs $20,000 without putting $5,000-$6,000 down. So it's a big price difference, man. Eggs is high, milk is high. rent is a mortgage is what, $34,000 to $4,000 in California?
Yeah.
You know? And think about it. If he's providing 100% of the rent, he needs to file you on his taxes as a dependent.
It's definitely.
Yeah, you don't get no choices on what color the curtains are going to be, the house and all that, and want to be respected. And you telling him he needs to cook 2 days out the week too. And he needs to help wash with the clothes, pick up the kids from school, and he don't get no rest. Men are taught to get a better job, man up. We're not, love. But
I'm glad you got to this point because and this is a nice break off that you did because I see this discussion on social media and I look at, compared to back in the days, man, you could do a lot with a little. Like you could have a house, car, everything with just a little bit of money and you got a nice family. It's all good. You got savings. You put the kids through college. College was even so much cheaper. It was like $500 or something crazy like that. But nowadays, man, everything is through the roof. Inflation is through the roof to where, it's just not possible to do any of that. And I don't think society has evolved towards that, it seems like. Or do you agree?
Man, I concur 100% because nowadays the date a woman, she said, if you want to date me, you got to pay for the babysitter. And lay down, and you know what I'm saying? Put his hard drive in your software.
So where do guys get to win in any of these situations? Like, where's the winning?
Start liking who like you. Stop because everything that's good to you ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who said you got to... See, the problem is the expectation because at the end of the day, a woman will sit here and, a man just simple. We want natural beauty. When we was growing up, girls wore their real hair. Girls didn't wear makeup. Nowadays, they put on makeup and they put on, their cosmetics, which is amazing. I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? But we know you done had that in your head for 3 months now. You have your hair cornrows. You mean to tell me in the summertime that ain't sweating under your head? You not scratching and patting your head? But you want somebody that's 6 foot tall. You want somebody to make $300,000 a year. You want somebody who's in shape. But then if you say, well, what about you getting in shape? Oh, now you body shaming. Now you're wrong. You're disrespectful. It's not a win-win, man. I think we got to come together and say, listen, what you got planned for the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? And I might not have everything you want right now, but if we on the same page, I'll get us there. And women walked off of the intentions of knowing that man have the best intentions for you. Nowadays, women don't even want to deal with a man unless he got money. And that is ridiculous because think about it. You a convicted felon. We have women who have been to prison having this idea that you want somebody to take care of you. And he's a convicted felon. He might be balling now, but he's been in jail. He can't make the type of money that you're looking for. The idea and the audacity for our culture to shame a man for not making a lot of money. You didn't finish high school. He didn't finish high school. You didn't go to college. He didn't go to college. What you want to be a drug dealer? What you want? What you want? You want a man to make $100,000? That is what 80% of our communities don't make that. You got to go to college for that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you a tech or a social media, sensation, like you're not going to accomplish those things. And even if you do, what if you get in a car accident and lose your legs? And you provided for 4 years. Now that you in a wheelchair, I don't think I'm up for that.
Yeah, that person will leave you, man. That person will leave you.
It's time to be real with ourselves before we're real with everybody else. But let me just address this, man. I'm going to say this for all the YouTubers that watch this, man. Every time, we get on these platforms, we do these interviews, it's not always about where you come from, man, because I know a lot of people I really don't like talking about my neighborhood because I know my neighborhood respect me and love me, and I know that I love and respect my neighborhood, and the fact that I'm older and I'm not in the field no more, I got a right to have my opinion, but I don't have a right to politic. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that, and I kind of dislike the fact that you got the politicking and judging people from all of these different gangs, and you're not even in a gang yourself. Like, you're not a member. His channel is only predicated off of violence, man, and who's being a gangster. Like, and listen, homie, I'm telling you right now, cuz I'm not smart fries to a Big Mac. So
Nah, I get you. And just to clear it up, you meant Snoopy Badass. You accidentally you meant Snoopy.
I meant, yeah, let's cut that part if we can. Let's fix that. I meant to say Snoopy Badass. Nigga, I'm not, man, smart fries to a Big Mac, homie. You can have this game, man, like, yo, our kids is gonna watch. Gotta get old at some point. You know what I'm saying? I got way more topics and people want to know what's going on with the world. People want to know, is Russia finna take Ukraine? You know what I'm saying? People want to know, you know what I'm saying, is China gonna invade Taiwan? You know, people are not current with what's going on with the Senate. You know what I'm saying? Executive orders that Trump had put in place. People want to know about Doge and how we're spending thousands of dollars for play in another country and Sesame Street and all of these crazy stuff that's going on in the world. You dudes wake up every day. Oh, that dude did that. He ain't no real one. Blood. And like, come on, bro, pick up a book, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell these youth it's another way. Tell these dudes to get in sports. Like, I'm very diverse. I'm articulate and I could do some real gangster and I could also be adamant on telling the world, man, there's something way more bigger than just LA gang culture. So, I'm just going to keep pushing through this. And all the reals know that my channel is going to keep going because I'm not just talking about the streets.
That's not. And that's solid. Now, with that being said, Nina boy, man, it wouldn't be right unless I gave you the floor to holler out or shout out everything that you've got in the future or anything we can expect to see you in. Now with that, Nina boy, the floor is yours.
All right. So, yeah, man, another banger interview. When it comes to the streets, man, everything ain't predicated off the streets. I think, we got to realize that ain't nobody out here gang banging 24/7, 7 days a week. So, have something more about your life besides who's socking out, who in the county jail, who's robbing, who's killing, because our kids is watching. When we do this content, it becomes a digital diary. You know what I'm saying? When we leave, this is going to be a footstep of our kids watching what we had to say before we left this earth. And a lot of y'all think that this is gangster. Just watch when you pass and your kids like, damn, that's how he spent his life talking about just this. Like, you 30 something years old, bro. When you young, in gang culture, it's a young sport. When gang banging started, it started by young dudes formulating these communities and these neighborhoods as young kids. So when you get to an older man and you're 40 and you're 38 and the only thing you're talking about is gang banging on the internet and you're not in your hood, homie, I understand why the streets say, man, leave the gang banging the internet because you're not in the field no more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you talking about this, and I barely even engage in speaking on the gang banging because I'm not in the streets. I'm more of an advocate for the young dudes that see me go through it and see where I'm at now. I'm trying to be a light for these young dudes like, and Nina boy made it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can too. So on that note, Melvin Banks, keep my name out your mouth, cause you ain't a small fries to a Big Mac, bro. You ain't, find something to do with your life, homie, and I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's get it.
Now with that, Nina boy, man, great way to close, man. And you've been doing this so long, and man, you're so crafty at this. I should expect nothing less. You know what I'm saying? But with that, man, we appreciate you coming out once again. Can't wait to work with you again in the future, man. We'll be chopping up some topics or whatnot, and we out of here. Peace.
Oh, peace.